Melbourne really isn't multicultural. It's not a melting pot. It's just a bunch of diaspora bubbles coexisting all at once. And it comes down to Izzy White's density rants that she's been doing, which I freaking love. But our issue is really all comes back down to density. If you think about how spread out Australia is in general, how spread out Melbourne is, it means that people can really exist in separate suburbs like they were different nations of their own. My dad said this the other day. He's like, you can drive from one suburb to the other and it'll be completely different culturally. And because of this lack of density, it means that we're not forced to interact and melt our cultures together. We kind of just retain a home away from home, which is really, really good. But so many Lankans I know that complain about, they go over, they're privileged enough to go over to study, but they end up only sticking with their Lankan friends, which is great that you have that. You can go and order a lamprey. It's so awesome. But it also means that the diaspora is kind of stuck in a bubble of themselves, and also that mentality is stuck at whichever year they would have left Sri Lanka, if that makes sense. So I often find that the diaspora is much more conservative than actual Sri Lankans living in Sri Lanka today, because whilst the country has progressed in terms of their ideologies, the diaspora is still holding their kids to this sort of unfair standard, in a kind of nostalgic memory of what they remembered their culture and their country to be, when in reality culture and country, these are all really fluid, non-stagnant things.